Yo, what's up, Rare Candy? It's your boy Zach Lesage, and we are back here with another deck profile. Today we're going to be covering over Rillaboom with Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor GX. If you're missing any of these cards on PTCGO, you can go to PTCGOstore.com, plug in code RARECANDY, and you can save 5% off of your order. So if you are a patron from joining at patreon.com/rarecandytcg, check out for our special code that can save you 7.5%. Jumping into this deck, this is a new deck that's coming out from Sword and Shield, and it basically revolves around using Rillaboom to use Voltage Beat to power up energies. What is the best way to get out Rillaboom? Of course, we have Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor GX, so you could use Super Growth and evolve Pokemon very quickly. This means that you can get this quite often out on your first turn, not able to use, but it's evolved on your first turn and you are ready to go. You can use Voltage Beat next turn and start attacking with your Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor or other various attackers such as Shaman, Prism Star, Venusaur Snivy GX. Dedenne is mainly just for setting up. You could use Mewtwo, copy other things, and you could attack with Rillaboom yourself. I'm going to go over each card quickly just so everyone can understand exactly what their purpose is. So we got our Pokemon Grookey. Grookey is necessary to evolve into Thwackey. Thwackey evolves into Rillaboom to use Voltage Beat. Basically, this line is all for Voltage Beat. We play a 3-3-3 line, no rare candies, because Super Growth, you have to evolve the basic into the Stage 1 into the Stage 2. Looking at Grookey, our options are pretty grim with the card coming out this set. I just chose the one with the most HP to avoid Pokemon getting knocked out by, let's say, double Mew from Unbroken Bonds or something like that. We got this Grookey, again, 60 HP, Branch Poke, 30 is not really anything special. Fury Swice might be the best attack that we have on Grookey. I'm just going with this one. This is the one that you get out of the Sword and Shield promo boxes. It's a holofoil version of the set. Same thing for Thwackey. I chose the one with Taunt because we only have access to 2, so we got the one that can do some damage. And again, if you're attacking with Thwackey in this deck, you're probably not in the greatest position. If you're attacking with this Thwackey, maybe you could bring up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and try to win out the game. Rillaboom, this is one of, I think, 2 Rillabooms we have available. Yeah, we have the other one. This one's more of an attacking one, but our GX Pokemon and other big basic Pokemon have more efficient attacks. Better to use this Rillaboom right here with Voltage Beat so we could power up our Pokemon. That's really where its growth, where everything comes from. Alolan Exeggutor, beyond using Super Growth on your Pokemon, you can use Calming Hurricane to heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. So it's an efficient attack. You basically attach an energy on your first turn, then you use Super Growth to get a Rillaboom out, then you can use Voltage Beat, power up a Calming Hurricane, you're good to go. Tropical Hour GX, you could actually shuffle all of your opponent's energy back into their deck. It's great late game with a reset stamp because you get your opponent on that low card hand, all their energies are gone, and they're like, well, I guess we're doing nothing. That's kind of cool. Shaman is just if you can get a bunch of energy in play, you could do some decent damage as a single prize card attacking Pokemon. Venusaur Snivy GX. So we can use its ability this turn if you attach a grass energy from your hands to it, which is very possible. We do have a lot of grass energies. You may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with one of their actives. That could be a sneaky little move going along if that's a possibility. Forest Dump, beyond any funny name, it's just an efficient attack. Especially like all these attacks look pretty big, but Voltage Beat is really putting in the effort by attaching 2 energies. So you could essentially attach 3 energies per turn, but if you have 2 Rillabooms, you could attach 5 energies in a turn. That makes Forest Dump look like a single energy attack. Solar Plant, you could do some damage everywhere, and you can heal all damage from your Pokemon. Works out pretty nice if it's needed. The Dedenne is merely to get set up really quickly. We got Mewtwo and Mew GX. You can copy your other Pokemon that are EX and GX, whether in play or your discard pile. So that means that you could copy Venusaur Snivy or the Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor GX. This is also not weak to fire type. So if you look at this Pokemon, it's weak to fire. If you look at this Pokemon, fire, 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 fire. That one's weak to fighting, but we're not really attacking with it. This one's weak to psychic. It's mainly so that you could avoid hitting a fire matchup and instantly losing. You still could very well lose that matchup, but we might as well have the extra consistency. And this kind of gives us our 5th Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor. You can copy Super Growth if you got one in the discard pile or if you get one in play on your bench. One to have a copy of Energy Recycler so that there's always energy available in the deck. Especially with something like Rillaboom, you can power up 2 energies. If you have 2, you can power up 4. If you have all 3, you can power up 6. Why not have this Energy Recycler? For those who are watching, this card was reprinted as a full art card in Forbidden Light, so that's how it's able to be played. Netball, what better ball support do we have than searching for a Grass Energy or a basic Grass Pokemon and putting it into your hand? This is better than Quick Ball for Grass Pokemon, so let's search them out. We also have Ordinary Rod for the same reason as Energy Recycler. We can get back Pokemon energy. Sometimes we want to get our resources back, especially with this deck having, it's decently discard heavy with the Denes and other cards. So Ordinary Rod's a pretty simple inclusion in this deck. Quick Ball, again, speaking about cards that allow us to discard cards, Quick Ball seems like it's a great choice to include in this deck. Search out our Pokemon. We really want to get out that Rillaboom as soon as possible. Reset Stamp. Going for that big reset stamp with Tropical Hour GX with the 3 extra energy attached to it. Seems like you could do some decent damage to your opponent's hand. Otherwise, reset stamp is going to function very similar to how reset stamp has functioned before. If your opponent has a lot of cards in their hand, or if they have a very few remaining prize cards, reset stamp can definitely ruin your opponent's hand or their plans. Switch, I have a few copies of that, just so we could switch our Pokemon around. It will allow us to get out some of these Pokemon that have a large retreat cost. And Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor GX, we want to get into a super growth. You could always retreat into it. Like, let's say if you start with a Grookey, you could attach a Grass Energy and retreat into the Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor so you can get out Rillaboom very quickly. But Switch allows you to keep that energy in play. Tag Call, it can search out our Cynthia Caitlin or Malilana or Mewtwo and Mew, or Venusaur Snivy, or Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor. I could search out 2 of those, so it seems like it's a really good combo piece in this deck. Cynthia, just a simple shuffle draw. This could very well be a Marnie if you're really feeling that. Marnie might work a little bit better with the synergy of using Tropical Hour GX, but realistically, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. I know they wouldn't have energy in their hand, really, so it's up to you on if that's something that you want to do with the deck. I'm okay with Cynthia. I just want this deck to be really consistent. Cynthia Caitlin is mainly so you could grab something off Tag Call that allows you to continue your board state. So if you use Tag Call, search your deck for Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor GX, your hand's dead. Cynthia Caitlin will allow you to draw some cards. Malilana, our Pokemon have a lot of HP. We can heal, and we can get out of the active position. It seems like a win-win for me. Professor's Research, one of the best cards we have from the Sword and Shield base sets. Just pitch your hand and draw 7 cards. Very similar to Professor Sycamore, Professor Juniper of the yesteryears. We now have Professor's Research, and this is going to make this deck super consistent. And Big Charm, I want to include this into this deck so that our opponent cannot knock out 270 HP at once. If you think about some Pokemon, there are things such as Baby Blacephalon that can do a lot of damage, which would probably get a knockout anyways, but who cares? I'm just naming off some Pokemon, don't judge me. We got Pikarom with Electro Powers. We have Zacian V that can get a knockout with a Shrine of Punishment, a Vitality Band, and ADP's GX attack. So 230 plus 10 plus 30, that's 230 to 60. Regardless, it's getting a knockout. Don't fault me on my math. Big Charm seems like it's going to work here. Then we have enough grass energies just to kind of mix well with the deck, Rillaboom and attaching energies and getting things back. So overall, pretty basic deck. Seems like it's going to work. So let's see how it's going to work by playing a couple games with it. So I'm going to jump into that and be sure to stay tuned. Okay, playing against X Metal Gear. We're going to call the flip. Let's go Tails. X Metal Gear, if you're watching this video, be sure to leave some comments below. Let us know exactly what happened on your side. And would we want to go first? I'm going to say no, because there's a better chance that we could probably get set up, I think, on our first turn than not. So we're going to go no. We want to go second because our deck doesn't play Zacian, it doesn't play Jirachi. As you can see here, we probably made the right choice, because if our opponent doesn't do anything like reset stamps our hand out of nowhere, we should be pretty good to use Super Growth. It's going to be really difficult in a matchup like this because our opponent is playing Metal Frying Pan, and they are using Zacian, which is resistant to grass. Let's go Netball. Search out a Grookey. And you wanna know what? I think I want just gonna go Netball, search out another Grookey. Should probably double check through while we're going. So we got our Thwackies, we got our Rillabooms, that's cool. And you wanna know what? We're going to go Tag Call, search for -60 each time. Let's go for a Mewtwo and Mew. Let's go for a Cynthia Caitlyn. So I just want to try to get set up a little bit more. I wasn't thinking about it entirely. Let's just go Cynthia Caitlyn, discard a Grass, and draw into some, hopefully some better cards here. Nothing insane. Let's go Grass Energy there. And then let's go for Super Growth. So we're going to turn our Grookey into a Thwackey, and our Thwackey into a Rillaboom. Let's see exactly how it goes. So our deck's doing everything we want it to do. A supporter here, a little bit extra would be nice, but there's nothing that we can do about it. Our opponent might miss a Metal Energy. That'd be really good for us. Nope. So it looks like they're just going to go Brave Blade, hit base. Okay, so we got a Grass Energy. Quick Ball might be the play. Let's go Grass Energy here. Let's go Rillaboom, Voltage Beat. Can attach it to only one Pokemon. That's cool. We're gonna go switch into Mewtwo. Let's go Quick Ball. Reset Sam's a card that's probably not gonna be necessary. And let's go Dedenne GX here. There's no power plant in play blocking us. Just want to get set up if that's possible. And there's a Thwackey. There's a Big Charm. And I'm actually probably okay with this hand. I don't think there's much that I want to be doing. So let's go for Calming Hurricane and swing for not enough for a knockout, but we're getting there. We did 120. So I'm really hoping that our opponent's not playing a Malolana here. That would just wipe out all of our damage that we just did. But we'll see exactly how that goes. There we go, Malolana. Goodbye, everything. So that's going to allow them to get Jirachi up and active. They're going to go for Stellar Wish. And they're going to be able to use Brave Blade again. Yikes. That's a big sad. It's something like this where it's very difficult for us to do enough damage to get the knockout, and then they could actually use their GX attack and take away all of our energy. So we do have to be careful of that as well. So there's a Brave Blade that's going to happen. Let's go, since I don't really need another Raw Eggs, I want to search out for Venusaur, I believe. Because Venusaur, if we have 2 extra energies, so 5 energies total, we do 50 damage to each of our opponent's Pokemon. And we are going to heal all damage from all of our Pokemon, which are going to render our opponent's turns fairly useless. Here I just want to go Voltage Beat. And I just want to get 1 energy there, because that allows us to get the extra 2 energies. So we have our 5. And let's go for Professor's Research. Again, really not much that we could do here, so let's just go for our GX attack, Solar Plant. I don't think it makes sense to shuffle all of their energies back if necessary. we don't even have enough energy. Like, I could have, but realistically, I want to heal 460 damage. Sucks to do 90 damage, but it is what it is. And if our opponent's hand is low, I really just don't... Oh, they have a Cynthia. If they can't get out of the active position, this could be pretty good for us. But this doesn't seem like a particularly strong matchup. This deck would do well against things like Obstagoon, setting up nicely. Probably could do okay against Pikarom as well. Obviously, they didn't get away there to get out of the active position. Let's see what they have in here. Some cool techs, a Metal Saucer. Yep, they're just going to retreat, and I think they're going to go for a full metal wall. So we're going to lose all of our energies. So that puts 8 out of 11 in our deck. That's going to be awkward. And now we're doing a lot less damage than what we ever wanted to do. So let's go Grass Energy there, attach for our turn. Let's go for a solid, you wanna know what? I don't know if that's why they're saying well played, but that's cool. We're just gonna go Energy Recycler, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get back 5 energies. Still no group. Another Rillaboom. Weird. Okay. We could also just go Voltage Beat. Get 2 of those energies back. And we get attack with Calming Hurricane. So it's not going to do an insane amount of damage. It's doing 70. This Pokemon is resistant to Psychic, so it's something we gotta watch out for. Sure, maybe we get attacked with Rillaboom, but if we attack with Rillaboom, it might not be insane. There's 90. So their deck is just like a really tanky heal deck that resists all of our types. Might be a difficult one to beat. Okay. Well, let's try something else. Let's go... Big Charm there. Voltage Beats. Get another couple energies. Let's go Calming Hurricane. They're at 160. So we're doing minus 20, 50, 80. So we'll see exactly what our opponent does. We could yell a switch and get a knockout next turn if they don't heal this. By doing... Yeah, I think it's better for us to go switch. Because we could do 150 minus 60, which is 90. Oh, no, I don't think that gets the knockout either. Yikes. Let's go Tag Call then. Just grabbing a Mallow and Lana. Let's do that. Let's go Mallow, Lana. Let's heal. For a Rowag, and I think we're only going to be doing 60 damage anyways. Or sorry, 90 damage, so we are a little bit short. Could have maybe planned that out a little bit better, but our opponent looks like they might have some healing cards anyways. See that they have some more tech cards, special conditions. This is really... Oh, they have the Duskmane, the Krozma. Jeez, this deck is just not giving up. Who are they going to switch into? Jirachi, cool. We're down to 6 cards in our deck. That's something else to watch out for. Oh, and they have the custom catchers, so they could probably do whatever they want. Brave Blade. Cool. I think that this matchup's probably looking a little blah. Let's switch back into this Mewtwo and Mew. Don't really need to take an extra energy. Let's just go for Calming Hurricane. So again, not a knockout, but we're healing. Our opponent reduced 60 from their Lucario Melmetal's GX attack. It's fun stuff. And I'm not really worried about decking out unless our opponent plays like a Bellum out of nowhere. Oh, there's Erica's. Wow, they might actually deck out because we have some healing cards left. Okay, they have Great Catcher. Looks like they're just going to knock out this Roweggs. But we're getting close. Like, they're running out of resources. Like, they have a decent bit in their discard pile. At least I hope so. What? Venusaur Snivy? Do they think that I'm out of resources? Because I'm totally not. There's Power Plants. So Power Plant's going to shut off our Mewtwo Mew. And then they're going to bring that up. And yeah, there's a knockout there. But we have Big Charm. So well played. Thank you. It only does to one of your opponent's GX or EX. So if we minus 30, that brings us up to 260, which means they'll get a knockout. So let's just go Malolana. Let's go Switch. We're really running out of stuff here to do, though. We'll just go Calming Hurricane. Yeah, I think this game is probably over because they're just going to knock us out at the active position. This is like our deck fully set up and it did exactly what we wanted to do. Metal Zacian kind of is with the Lucario Melmetal is really something we got to watch out for here. So our opponent's drawn 3 prize cards, and I'm sure our Mewtwo Mew's up next. You can't use Mewtwo Mew as an attacker anymore. So let's send this up. Probably the best that we could do. Let's go with Netball, double check what we got in here. Rillaboom, Professor's Research. I really don't see how this is going to work. Yeah, I could have... Like, here's exactly how it's going to work. We're going to go Ordinary Rod. We're going to do both just to give us more turns in case our opponent decides to somehow deck out. Let's grab a Roweggs. Let's grab Roweggs and Dedenne in case Dedenne becomes ever anything that matters. Grab a couple Grass Energies. And at this point we can attack with Shaman. Could also attack with Thwackey, but like, Shaman's probably better. Flower Storm. So we drew a prize card this game. It shows how hard it is. Definitely had a lot of damage on the board. Probably about 2 attacks away from winning this game, but I don't think we were ever in a position where we could get off an attack. So if I were Mr. X Metal Gear, which is definitely a very metal-based name as well. Oh, they got Scoop Ups as well. Come on! There's no way we actually would have won this game. So I'll play it out in case our opponent makes a mistake. They have 5 cards left in their deck, and we know that we could always deck our opponent out. Oh, there's an Ordinary Rod. There goes that opportunity, I think. Unless they decide to do something else that's crazy. But realistically, it should just be over within a little bit. And that's cool. Our deck tried, but we did get the Rillaboom set up. We did have a Rillaboom prized. We had a Rillaboom that just stayed in our deck forever. But that's how it goes. Overall, I'm very happy with how the deck's set up. And if we were playing against something such as Obstagoon, we'd be doing very well. Lapras VMAX we'd probably be doing well against. Pikarom we could do well against. This deck does struggle sometimes against Zacian ADP, Zacian Metal. and fire-type decks such as Ability Zard and Blacephalon. So it's probably more of a metagame call if those decks are not going to be popular in your area, or if they're not popular after the Sword and Shield metagame kind of phases out, like kind of figures out its grounds. That's something that'd be really cool to play, but it's definitely with something like Rillaboom and already having this all built up. If there's ever a grass promo that's released or anything like that, it's worthwhile to kind of add new text to the deck. I think our opponent's showing us how much they had us beat by. So there's their Shaman. Going goodbye. And at this point, I think I'll make it very clear to our opponent that we lose. Goodbye, everything in deck. And let's go. Let's play the Dedenne down for fun, and let's play Rillaboom down for fun. Give our opponent the well played, and hopefully they just put us out of our misery. So I think they might just get the point that they just retreat. They could either end their turn because I have 0 cards in deck, or go Brave Blade. Brave Blade gets the knockout there. So good game to our opponent. Okay, Plexi76, what's up? If you're watching this game, feel free to leave a comment below. Let us know exactly what happened on your side. So they're going to choose who goes first. Hopefully they go first. Oh, we're going first. Okay. Nothing that we could do about that. Okay, let's start with Mewtwo. That's cool. Gonna put Grookey down. It's also cool. Probably could have waited on the Grookey to see exactly what our opponent flipped up, but they started Dedenne. I'm sure they're not entirely happy about that. Let's just go Netball, grabbing a... We probably don't even need a Grass Energy. Let's just go for another Grookey so we could, like, slowly evolve that one. Let's go Tag Call, searching our deck for a Roweggs and a Cynthia Caitlyn. So in terms of this, I think we're a little bit behind the game because we cannot evolve into a Rillaboom on our first turn. We can't use supporters on our first turn, but going first isn't bad. Let's just pass, see exactly what deck our opponent's playing. Looks like they've been playing for a while because they have some of the older deck boxes and sleeves, so they might be a little bit more experienced, probably playing a little bit more of a meta-based deck. Okay. Oh, wow. Let's, you have a good deck, then. It's definitely weird playing against a mirror match. So we'll see what differs out of our opponent's deck. It's a pretty cool concept, so we'll see exactly what Marnie does. Marnie's a card that we were talking about in the deck profiles section of this. Marnie might be cool in this deck. Okay, that seems totally fine as well. Oh, they're playing a Mewtwo Mew as well. No way! Mewtwo Mew is probably a scary card for the mirror match. Yikes! Yeah, this might backfire on us big time. Okay, best chance here. Let's go Professor's Research. Goodbye, so many things. Did not get a switch. I'm not even powering up that Mewtwo. I know that Mewtwo is absolute toast. Let's go Perfection, Super Growth. Now, they could forget. There's definitely a possibility that they just don't even factor in Mewtwo as an attacker and they try to power up their Roweggs. But there's also another good chance that we just are sitting here with our... We are just getting absolutely destroyed. Our deck's set up the same way that we want it to get set up. Sometimes games are going to turn out like this. And it just shows exactly like how real games are. Where my opponent and I are both playing the same deck, seemingly. We're going to see who they power up. If they power up their Mewtwo Mew, I know for sure they know what they're doing. And I'm pretty sure they're going to power up the Mewtwo Mew. I don't see any reason why not anyways, because it could copy Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor. Come on, let's go. Yep, sad. Maybe they don't have the other energy in their hands. They might go for a Guzma. Yikes. Guzma Hala for an Aurora energy, maybe? Yeah, that's enough for them to copy Calming Hurricane. In one of my earlier lists, I did have Weakness Guard energy. At that point, I just didn't find that it was something that was necessary in this deck because you would just lose to fire anyways, and you would usually just lose to what you lose to, and it wasn't really saving you. Okay, let's go Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor GX. I think this game is probably going to be something where they're going to go Tropical Hour GX on me. Maybe they'll run out of resources to do that. If I could race them to it, I might be okay. Let's just go Cynthia here. Nothing really that we're getting off that Cynthia. That wasn't happening before. Yep, we're just going to go for Calming Hurricane, 150. And maybe we have more healing cards than our opponent does. Actually, I'm not too worried about Tropical Hour. It's possible we could still win this matchup, depending on what our opponent commits to. Because they already have 2 energies in their discard pile. If they attach another 3 energies to this, that would be 8 energies in the discard pile. My energies can go away, but I can still get the knockout with Calming Hurricane. Maybe they don't have access to Malolana in their hands. That's all I could relatively think of. That would be ways to get around this. So we'll try it out, see exactly what's up. Opponent looks like they might be a little bit deep in thought here, but with it being PTCGO, maybe they'll time out. There's a Cynthia Caitlyn, so I know they're not healing. Probably just grabbing back a Marnie, sure. And what are they doing with this Pokecom? What weird text could they play? Because this is also a really good way to see if there's anything we're missing from our deck. I know some lists are playing Dragonite GX. No way. That's kind of a hot tech. Do they have a way to get rid of it? Wow. Didn't get a big charm. That's insane. It's a tech that we might want to add into our deck. Good to know. Huh. Good game. Alright, so after those games, I decided to do a quick update. I know that we played against a mirror match where they were playing some other cool cards like Dragonite GX. I decided to change some things around, so adding a Mewtwo and Mew GX, an additional copy into the deck over playing a 4th Rowlet Alolan Exeggutor, and I cut a switch for a Dragonite GX so that we could use the same Sky Judgment technique as what our opponent was doing as well. So it seems like it gives us some more outs in some matchups using Mewtwo Mew GX, the same way that we've seen it in other decks, whether it's a water deck, a fire deck, a fairy deck. Mewtwo Mew GX has been played for a while. So adding the Dragonite GX in there sounds like a no-brainer. There's some cool other basic grass attackers that you could use, such as Dhelmitis V, Celebi, and Venusaur GX instead of Venusaur and Snivy GX, or maybe even in addition, there's obviously a bunch of options that you could use with this deck, because Rillaboom sees no difference. You could attach grass energies to any of your Pokemon and power them up. So that being said, if you like this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our Rare Candy YouTube channel. We've got a lot of great content going on there. Feel free to become a patron by going to patreon.com/rarecandytcg, signing up to one of our tier lists there. We've got a lot of great content, exclusive content going on there, and it can really help shape our channel. We put all of the proceeds back into the channel. And you could also go to rarecandytcg.com, pick up some sweet merch that also supports our channel. As for me, I'm Zach Lesage. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLesagePokemon. That being said, have a great one. I'm off until next time.